What's up, Team Destination Superstar? How are you guys doing? I am excited to be here with you today for another Team Tuesday. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you my open house formula, and I have been using this same formula for pretty much all of my business. So since 2014, now I've kind of fine-tuned and tweaked along the way and kept making it better, but this is basically what I've done. And you guys, if you're thinking, gosh, I haven't been able to get parties, or my sales have, hi Ambry, my sales have maybe not been where I want them to be. An open house is a great way to relaunch your business. It's a great way to launch sales. It's a great way to get people engaged in Scentsy again. So this is what I do when I host an open house. So what you're going to do is you're going to pick a date. I personally found for me that I like to do it during the week, because a lot of the times, like if you had it on a Saturday, people have things that they're doing. They're busy with their family. They're off doing other things. But if you do it on a weeknight, then it's kind of like, oh, let's go and do that. So I always plan mine on a weeknight. This time I'm doing mine on a Wednesday. Something else that I've learned over the years, if you are able to do it, if you don't have to work, like if you can take the day off, I found by offering different times for my open house, that has also helped, because I used to just do an evening time, but then I found that I was missing a lot of moms that maybe had to take their kids to practice or take their kids to wherever. The daytime when their kids were in school were easy for them to pop by and shop. But then I also had my customers who did work full time, who were at work at that time. They could come and they could hit the evening session. So what I usually do is I do from 12 to 3, and then I also do a time from 6 to 8. So I offer those two different times, and I found that's nice too, because it kind of breaks up all of it, so it's just not a madhouse all at once. So that might be something to consider if you're going to do it. Now, I know that we are still in a COVID era, so what I'm doing is I'm doing mine all out on my driveway. So I can have pop-up tents, and the date, like doing a fall open house, the weather, it's not, at least here, it's not triple digits. And so that might be something to consider. If you're able to have it outdoors, then that makes it more comfortable, lots more air, so you can still have an open house during this pandemic that we are in. So that's what I'm going to do is I have lots of tables. I'm going to have a setup out in my driveway, and then I've got the 2 times offered. And then what I would do is, once you know the date, once you be like, all right, I'm going to do this, I would put the bug in the ear. So wherever your customers are, if you have an email list for them, shoot out an email and be like, hey guys, mark your calendars. I'm having my open house on Wednesday, September 15th and then list the 2 times, or list the times that you're going to have your open house. So as soon as you know it, get it out in their ear. Now, this is the formula. This is what I do. Hi, Kelly. When I'm 7 days out, so my open house is actually on the 15th of this month. So tomorrow will be 7 days out. So that is when I will make an actual image of my open house, and I'm going to post it and put it there, and I will get it to my people to advertise. And then when you get to be the day before, all those people that you invited to your open house, you're going to send them a reminder one more time. See, this is like you hostess coaching yourself in a sense. You'll send them a reminder 1 week or 1 day before. Hey, just a reminder, my open house is tomorrow. If you want to come and smell everything that's new for fall, I'd love to see you. And then you can kind of get a gauge and like remind them, oh yeah, that's right, because they wanted to come. And so Scentsy, it's not that if by doing that little extra reminder the day before, I feel like that helps save a lot of people who might have been accidentally forgot about it. Or if they say, oh my gosh, dang, I wish I could come, my daughter has soccer practice that night, then you could say, hey, I'm going to miss you, but would you still like to get fall bars or fall wax for your stash? And then that way, if they say, oh yeah, I totally would love to, then you could be like, hey, would you like me to send you a catalog? You could send them the digital copy of the catalog. There, you've still helped service them you saved your order too, by them still being able to order on your fall open house. That's huge. And that's something that I always teach my hosts as well, is when if a person can't come, find out if they'd still like to order. And if they do, then you can still get an order that way. All right, when it comes to the actual event. So that's like setting up for it. That's like putting it together. That's advertising it. When it comes to the actual event, keep it simple. Don't make it so crazy, because you have to remember these people that come to your open house, they're watching what you're doing. They're watching, and if it looks like so above and beyond, they're going to be like, I could never do that. Like, you want people to show up to your open house and be like, oh my gosh, like I could do this and take it to the next level if I wanted to. So keep it simple. It doesn't have to be crazy. And then also, I would say too, like I look at where I started in my journey, like back in 2014 and where I am in 2021. Like I didn't have the budget to go and buy like treats and stuff and different things like that. So I would make those 3-ingredient pumpkin cookies that were like pumpkin puree, spice cake mix, and chocolate chips. Like that was what was in my budget. And honestly too, like people don't necessarily come for the food. They're coming to like smell the smells, get their fall wax stash. That's like what it is. So keep your stuff simple. It can honestly be like water, and it can be like a little cookie that you make or something. Now that I'm a little farther along my journey, I have a little more of a budget. There's a local bakery that I'm going to order brownies from because I hate cooking. And so that's one thing. Now that I have that in the budget, I am totally taking that off my plate. So all I have to do, go pick them up, put them out, and they'll be set. But seriously, keep it so simple. And then also think about things that might draw people into your event. So for example, what I'm doing is I'm going to have door prizes available. So if they come, they get a ticket, they can get entered into your drawings if you want to. And that's the thing, is knowing, like, say for your Christmas event, because I'm going to do a Christmas open house probably too. So you could start now if you have a few extra things for half price or free. Like, be thinking, always forward thinking ahead. Okay, I want to make sure I want to snag these so I have a couple of door prizes using my host credit so that I can use those towards my open house. Then again, that's not breaking your bank, and you're able to give back and be able to have a good time that way. And I found that like having those drawings really helps draw people in. Something else that you could do too is, if by chance you do have some product on hand that you wanted to sell, like you could bundle it up. That's another fun thing that I like to offer at my open house, is have different products like kind of just fancied up just a little bit that they can grab and go, because people love things that look pretty, that look fun, that look exciting. And so if you do have anything, if you don't have anything, that's okay, just use what you have. But if you do have some stuff, like I have a really cute dog plaque thing that I have, I'm going to wrap that up with some shampoo, and the dog shampoo, and like the bundle, and put it together and offer that to sell. And so another thing you could do too is, I always love to do, I found this little saying, and it says like, if your duties be cray, please use the spray. And then I just get a little frame from the dollar store, and I'll package it with a 3-pack of room sprays. I tell you, like, I don't sell a whole lot of room sprays, but when I put them in there, like, they're gone like that, just because people love common things in an uncommon way. So those are things, if you have anything like that and you can kind of fancy it up and just have like little gifts that people could grab and go and take, those would be helpful. Now, you don't feel like you have to have any inventory, because that's one thing that Scentsy actually doesn't recommend, is like having tons of inventory. So if you're just starting out, don't feel like you have to have a bunch. Like, I remember, again, back when I started years ago, I had my testers and I had the warmers that I had on hand. And that's what I would use in my parties. I would have my warmers on little cute flower plates, and I would have them all separated out so that they could smell, have some catalogs out, like just have like a simple display. You can totally do a open house that way. And then just have order forms ready for people so that they can order and they can come and just have a good time. Like, it can be that simple. And then eventually, if you want, like down the road, like I am able to offer a little bit more when I have my open houses, but don't feel like that. Like, you can't compare yourself for someone who's maybe been in the business for 7-8 years, and you maybe been in 1 or 2, or even if you have been 7 or 8, if you're not there, don't compare yourself to someone else's journey. Do what you can, do the very best you can with what you have, and it will be enough. And then I promise you this, I remember as I was reflecting back on when I used to have open houses in the beginning, and I would spend days setting up with my friend. We would do it together, and I would literally, it would be days. And then like you would put in your whole heart and soul, and then you come, and then maybe not a lot of people came. And I remember like walking my neighborhoods, like passing out flyers and invitations. And at first I didn't get a lot of people, but guess what? At that point I could have been like, oh, open houses just don't work for me. They're not good. I didn't have a lot of people, but I didn't give up. I fine tune and tweak. So I would evaluate, all right, I really don't want to spend days setting up. And you know what? Honestly, like most of my customers aren't my neighbors. It's the people outside. And so I've just fine-tuned my processes. And now I promise you, if you will stick with it, if you will keep fine-tuning and tweaking, like you can get to the point now where this last time I put out just a poll on my VIP page, and I was like, hey, fall open house, it's coming. Are you going to be able to make it or not? Because I'm putting together little things for them. And I had like 40 people respond. 40 people respond. And that's like without sending out any invitations, anything like that. And honestly, that's what I'll do because I have taken the time, and it's not like it just happened overnight. Like getting to that point has been years of pouring into my amazing customers, like taking good care of them, being consistent, showing up for them, so that when it comes to this, all of that momentum has been created. And so now, like, I can set up for an open house because I've done it for so long. Like, now it's just a few hours instead of days of what it used to be. But you have to allow yourself that time, that journey. And not that it has to take days. It shouldn't take days. That was not good. But I'm just saying, allow yourself the time, allow yourself the grace to be able to get to those points, to fine tune and tweak, and to not expect to nail it the first time, but to be looking at it as a learning experience. You're still going to have success. You're still going to have orders, but allow yourself the journey to grow and get better. And I promise you, as you do it, as you stay consistent, you're going to see awesome things happen. You're going to see the power of open houses. Like, I remember my open houses, like, I'd be so excited if I made $200 in sales in the beginning. And now some of them, like, it's over $2,000 in an open house period. So you can get there. Just be consistent, pour into your people. And that's the biggest thing. Like, really, when it comes down to it, we are in network marketing. Relationships are key. The way that you take care of your people, the way that you expand your customer base, all of those things, as you do that, then you are going to see just the whole business be lifted up by that. And you'll see it reflected in your open houses. But you have to start somewhere. You have to lay that foundation somewhere. And then as you nurture and take care of it, it will grow and expand, and it will help become that thing, that idea that you have envisioned in your mind. So hopefully that helps. But the biggest thing that I would say is take action. Don't overthink it. Just go for it. Done is better than perfect. You just, like, putting it on the date, or putting a date on the calendar and going forward with it, using that formula that I gave you, just give it a go. And if 2 people show up, I don't care. I'm still proud of you that you showed up and you did it. And you're going to go again. You're going to fine tune and tweak. You'll go again for Christmas. You'll go again for spring. And if you will be consistent, I promise you, you will start to see results in your business as you evaluate, take action, fine tune, tweak, go again. So that is my tip for you. Hi, Pat. How are you? Those are my tips for you today for Team Tuesday. I hope you guys will join me again next week. I have another thing that I'm super excited that I just figured out. Like, it's taken me 6 years to figure out how people have these super cute tags. And it's like, where do you find those from? I figured out the hack, and I will share that with you on next week's Team Tuesday. But besides that, that is all I have for you today. I appreciate you guys so much, and I hope you have a fantastic day. And I'll talk to you later. Bye, friends.